What's up, guys? Rob Kuhn here, and today we're going to see one of the most epic, if not the most epic, pre-flop action I have ever seen for $4 million. And yes, I am back. I'm back.
You got to deviate, realizing that the ICM pressure is so intense. Couple kings here for Juan Pardo.
This is the Triton 125K main event. First is $4.2 million. There are currently 6 players left. And we wake up with pocket kings under the gun. What could go wrong?
The solvers haven't really accounted for JNT yet, have they?
No, it scrambles it. Like, what do you mean these are the ranges we got to input?
Oh, my God.
Ouch.
JNT has already taken aces up against kings. That's how he showered James Chen. Here he is now 3-betting to $1 million over the top of Juan Pardo, who is going to be powerless to do anything other than flat.
Look at the hands. It's ace-king suited and pocket jacks. A 3- or 4-way confrontation.
What is this?
Incoming?
I'll take the over on confrontation. This is Oppenheimer Poker Edition.
Obviously, we have a 6 situation coming up with kings raising under the gun, guy in third, who's been quite aggressive pre-flop, having aces and going for the 3-bet. Ace-king has a decision. Do they want to shove? Do they want to fold? Probably never really want to fold because this guy's been playing pretty out of line. Do you want to 4-bet and deuce? You know, all options are on the table besides fold. Ace-king suited is just too strong. I think you probably want to 4-bet and then go from there.
Atomic.
Truly nuclear.
Explosive 4-bet incoming.
Radioactive is this scenario. Geiger counters going nuts. I mean, one could not fault Stephen Chidwick for maybe thinking.
Jungle Man definitely in the tank as well already. Think about what he's going to do.
Both of the hands that are actually out there right now. I'm suited. A delightful 4-bet candidate.
There's crazy
He's in there
going on here.
Look at the jack, straight into the muck. Love that from Daniel Cates. Mind you, it was a cold 4-bet in front of him.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so let's go ahead and replay that because it's probably very hard for you guys to hear. So I'm going to try to enhance the audio. Watch his face. Now, he is next to act, right? But look what happens.
Look at the jack, straight into the muck. Love that from Daniel Cates. Mind you, it was a cold 4-bet in front of him.
Oh, boy.
He says all in. The guy with ace is out of position, says all in. So it goes raise, 3-bet, 4-bet. It still has, you know, kings still have to act. They haven't acted on their hand yet. And then aces instantly shove. So now what do you do with the kings? What do you do with kings there? Like, this is one of the sickest spots I've ever seen in poker. What's going on? Like, you're playing for $4.2 million. You have a massive pot developing. You got to raise a 3-bet, a 4-bet, and now a 5-bet that's not even shown. That's also verbal. So if you call, he has to go all in. Right? So this is just disgusting. What do you, I mean, in the comment section below, what would you guys do with pocket kings here? Obviously, it's very easy to say face up. The guy has aces. When I was watching this live, I was like, holy shit, is it possible that kings can possibly fold here? You start with 19 big blinds. You start with the dream situation, but can the player have worse than aces when he snap shoves? And mind you, he's in second. After the million, he has 7.7 million. Chidwick has almost 9 million or whatever, a little over 9 million. So this is just a ridiculous spot. Let's go ahead and see what Juan Pardo does.
I know.
Wait, did JNT say all in or not?
Oh, my.
Did you hear that?
I heard all in, and for a second I thought it was Pardo, but his lips didn't move. I mean, I don't know that it matters, but obviously you don't love to hear it.
He's asking. He wants to know a count of the side.
I thought I heard it, Ollie.
Now, I got to ask you this. Is verbal action out of turn binding, Randy?
It is if it doesn't change the action. So if Juan Pardo calls, I believe he can change his mind. I don't know. I don't know the exact ruling. Given this situation, it's quite tricky.
I believe if Juan Pardo folds, he had.
But it's a big statement to hear
JNT
someone
has to
say
shove.
all in. With these 40 big blind stacks.
Yeah.
7 million?
7, 6, 75.
And this is 1.8, right?
This is no 2.3.
2.3? Huh?
Efforting, by the way, in a quick discussion on the sidebar with producer James, what the implications of this out-of-turn verbal declaration by JNT are in terms of Juan Pardo. If Pardo were to raise himself, then JNT gets his action back.
Yeah.
If he flats, though, James? Okay, so we're being told that if Juan Pardo flatted, he could force the all-in from JNT. Not that with these two hands specifically, Randy, anything different is going to happen. I mean, this is...
But
What a
Ollie,
boss this JNT
he's
was.
using multiple
This
time
table.
banks, actually thinking about folding these two kings. There's no other reason. Because it's insane for JNT to still jam. Look at the stack size. This is number 1 and number 2 in chips, and he's saying, I want to commit all of them out of turn. No way, he folds 2 kings, Ali.
Was it 7-6?
Kings make the incredible fold, but now we still have Chidwick with ace-king suited, and we have Juan Pardo, who was taking forever under the gun. Now, if you're Chidwick in this spot, and you know a player under the gun is not just using their time bank just to waste them, they're very valuable at the FT, you have to think, you know, a hand like, let's say, pocket queens, pocket jacks, these are instant folds, right? I mean, we already saw Jungle Man fold to with pocket jacks. Perhaps ace-king suited as well, but, like, these are just pretty easy folds. So I'm not sure what Chidwick was thinking in game. To me, this seems like, you know, when it goes... you know, a 5-bet from 1 versus or 2 versus 1. This guy risking it all. Is it queens ever? I don't know. It just seems like it's always aces. Yes, you've put in 2.3 million chips, but you know, you're probably one of the best players at the table and position on JNT here, who's been very active. So let's go ahead and see what Chidwick does.
Mind blowing.
I'm actually speechless, as I have to imagine, Randy, that it was JNT's out-of-turn all-in that had everything to do with Juan Pardo finding the muck and
You're almost
miraculously
like praying
sparing
for
himself.
him to
Look
have
at this.
kings.
He suspected he was up against aces, and he was right. This, I have to say, in all the years that I've been doing commentary, Randy, is the most insane hand that I've ever observed pre-flop.
I agree. What an amazing fold. 2 kings.
Kings. So sick.
And Chidwick showing acute optimism as he says, sounds like spades are alive. Only one hit this flop in a 16 million chip pot. Number 1 and number 2. Chidwick has JNT covered. That's the only mercy as the 5 of diamonds on the turn leaves him drawing dead and leaves me absolutely shell-shocked.
Juan Pardo has another life. He folded kings off of a 20 big blind stack. Do you know how insane that is, Ollie? It's
Put in 2 big blinds and then fold
ridiculous.
kings.
Let me tell you something.
So at the end of the day, Chidwick ends up making the bad call, and I really don't know what he was thinking. I would love to ask him, because to me, this always seems like it's aces. Like sometimes, like Juan Pardo, for example, put the pieces together. You have a 4-bet and a dark 5-bet shove, 1 versus 2 in chips. Like there's still 2 hands you got to, you know, face, and you know, yes, you have 19 bigs, but kings shrivel up when a guy puts, you know, their cards on the forehead. So, what an absolutely fascinating spot that cost Chidwick potentially $4 million as the chip leader. Anyway, hopefully you guys like this video. I'm going to be cranking out a ton of content, and I hope you guys really like it. Please give me a thumbs up in the comment section. This really helps the algorithm. And leave a comment as well. Anyway, much love, guys.
giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my ass.